So, how to speed up karma? It's a little bit a strange question in a way because, well, karma unfolds, quite naturally. And so, why would we need to speed it up in a way? I rather think in terms of, making it more manageable and giving it more direction. In the sense, karma are those things which happen to us, the situation in which we find ourselves, and which are somehow generated from our subconscious, to resolve certain blockages and desires and whatever is there. So, if we like to influence that in a positive way, then sadhana actually is the main answer. Like, if we feel that somehow or other we are, attached maybe too much in relationships. Let's just say that. Like, we feel that whenever we have some friendship or maybe even some love relationship or whatever is there, that we are somehow too much attaching importance to it and becoming quite nervous within that whole thing and make a mess of it, and then maybe okay, withdraw for a while, do some sadhana, do some retreat, withdraw for a while, and that may actually change it, so that we come more in connection to ourselves, and maybe our self-esteem also is more grounded inside ourselves and less dependent upon the feedback we get from others, things like that, and then okay, we come out of that and maybe we feel okay, now it's changed. So sadhana definitely also is a way to work with our karmic impressions in as far as we know them. Some of those things we have no way of knowing, except maybe in very deep meditation, but then there also we have a way to deal with it, so that's actually not the question. But some of it we know it, because we've been experiencing the same problems, let's say, over and over again. So then usually to abstain from something is the good way to purify our interaction with it, because a lot of these karmic problems, you can say, are patterns, and these patterns, okay, they may be there in the subconscious, and that's the main thing, but they may also be there in our thoughts, they may be there in our emotions, they may be there in our neurotransmitters and the whole, psychophysical makeup. And so by withdrawing from it for a while, we bring all that to zero, let's say, to calmness, and then we can make a restart. That is maybe one of the ways in which we could say we can work with karma. But I would not say to ask to speed it up. There are examples known in scripture of that, and even some pujas are known where that is, you could say, the central objective. But I would advise against it, because it can bring just too much, And I always have this feeling that whatever karma brings on our path somehow is at a level that we can manage it. And the moment, where we become maybe more relaxed and more happy and more balanced, and again something will come up. And again bring a new problem, and again force us to work with it and grow in that way. But so if you're really going to try to speed it up, and say, oh, please, let all that come to me, like right now, I want to deal with it right now and get rid of all this right now. This more belongs to this whole idea of wanting to escape, the cycle of birth and rebirth, and why? And then why ask to make it even more troublesome, more difficult, so that you can escape more fast? No, Learn to live with this life, no? That is the thing. And so no, I don't think that is such a logical idea. But definitely whatever sadhana we do, no, is some kind of restriction. So it will put a kind of pressure on us to change, to grow, and to evolve. No? If we stop eating sugar for a month, that is putting a pressure on us. If we make sure to get up every morning 5 o'clock, no, that puts a pressure on us to not stay too long in tamas, no, in that last part of the sleep. No? So in those ways we will grow. And when we do that, when in our life a lot of sadhana is going on, we are really trying to use every opportunity, you can say, to grow, then we will see that our life becomes more simple, in the sense that less unexpected obstructions come. No? That, we are there becoming more the one directing than letting it just happen like naturally. No? Still, some things are quite, you can say, scheduled. No? That is what we can then see in the horoscope of a person. And we can see, okay, from that time till that time, some pain in the body will be there. And whatever you will do to try to resolve it, will just move it to a different place. I've had that experience myself with my teacher in Nepal, where I was having like a really big tooth problem, giving me a lot of pain, and somehow it seemed very difficult to resolve it. So I asked his advice, and he said, well, no. Until 2 months from now, pain you will have, whatever you do. But he didn't stop me from, going to visit the dentist again and still trying to resolve this. And I think after 2 weeks or something, the dentist had done whatever could be done. So, okay, that problem was resolved. Then I got a pain in the shoulder. So then I could have gone, let's say, to the osteopath or something. But I thought, okay, this pain is actually not so difficult to manage. That tooth pain actually was really too hard to manage. So then, okay, I left it as it was. And it stayed more or less 2 months, and then it left. So in that way, some of the things in karma, you cannot even really change it, only maybe somewhat massage it, somewhat soften it. In some rituals, some healing, but also, of course, then in your own sadhana. Like, for example, if people always face financial problems, some people have to go through that, maybe the whole life, or maybe a big part of their life. Then they tend to become quite, let's say, greedy, no? Not because they are greedy, but because they feel, I really cannot spend any money on anybody else. And that is not an illogical idea, of course. If they really have money problems, that's, where their money should go to. But still, doing a little bit of a charity is still advisable there. To, show that they are appreciating the lesson. Because karma always is a lesson. That is always what we have to ask ourselves. What does this mean? How can I change so that this is no longer needed? What it is trying to do? No? And so, if you have lots of money problems, maybe it's trying to make you more independent from spending money, no? Independent from, eating all sorts of nice things and going to very nice places and, buying lots of clothes, and maybe that is the idea. So then there you can try to become more sober, ascetic. No? Maybe it is trying to push you to be more generous. No? So then you can also a little bit try that. So these are the ways. No? People who have, for example, very negative influence of Saturn in their life, they will experience many financial problems. Whatever they do, always some, sword of Damocles will be hanging there, like threatening to put them into bankruptcy or real, like, financial problems. One of the best things they can do is selfless service. That will calm that down. That will really make that less. And it is better even than charity, no? It's better even than giving a little money to some organization is to go yourself and try to help, no? That organization without getting anything in return. But still that Saturn will be there the whole life, no? So you cannot completely remove that. It is a life lesson which has to be learned. So that is, not so easy. Maybe if you become a karma yogi, you can escape it. But really becoming a karma yogi means that you have no more personal agenda, no? Whatever you do is for others. So very few people can actually do that, no? And if you have responsibility towards children or whatever, then certainly you cannot do that, no? So that is limited, but that is a possibility. Yeah.